a non-union shop, if you're terminated or if you get written up, you don't have a voice. And in a union shop, you have a voice.
It's all about dignity and respect toward the team members, no matter their color of skin, no matter their religion.
There's more fairness. They can't pick out one person and say, we don't like you, you're gone.
I would hate for myself to go down there and say, you know, how about a little bit more money? Could you imagine going one-on-one with a company like Quaker Oats and trying to get anything out of them? Forget it.
The union is the reason why that you get the benefits, the holiday pay and everything.
I don't want to work in no place without a union, no place.
We have the strength of our numbers, we have the strength of our beliefs, and we have right on our side.
The Retail, Wholesale, and Department Store Union has fought for and stood with workers from across the U.S. and Canada for 73 years. Where workers are being intimidated and bullied on the job, the RWDSU is there to fight for proper treatment and respect. Where workers are being exploited and paid poverty wages, the RWDSU is there to demand economic justice. The RWDSU is there to stand for respect, stand for fairness, to stand up for working people.
You have to stand up. If you don't stand up, people are going to continuously take advantage of you. If we stand together, we're strong. If we don't stand together, the company sees we're weak, and the company knows that it can get away with whatever it wants.
The last 4 years have been challenging ones. 8 years of the Bush administration left us with an economy in tatters, unions under attack, and working people fighting for survival.
When a CEO is making 400 or 500 times what the average worker's making, it really has an effect. It's ridiculous that that money is going there and not being put back into our plants or being put back into our people.
You know, you never hear the CEO taking a pay cut. You never hear the CEO reducing his staff. It's all about you know, how can we get more out of the worker, work harder for less and work more hours.
The way that the business industry wants to frame it, they want to frame it in terms of, you know, you are not worth what this, you know, price tag says, what the market says, that the market determines a person's value. But I disagree with that. I think the whole reason why we're in a society and working in the first place, we work for the living. We work to make a living. Why isn't it we aren't making that living?
Where there used to be a feeling of care and commitment to the workforce that helps you build a company, we don't have that anymore. The companies, the people that are running these companies aren't there. They have no connection whatsoever to the people that work in these facilities.
The CEO just keep popping more and more money in their pockets. I mean, it's crazy.
Workers at the Post plant in Battle Creek, Michigan experienced this type of corporate greed firsthand when they sat down for contract negotiations with Post's new parent company, Ralcor.
We kind of expected a pretty easy contract, being we were just purchased. We had a lot of power, being, you know, that we were new, so we thought that we would go in and pretty much get our way, and that isn't what they had in mind.
Ralcor wanted to eliminate pensions for new workers. These pensions have supported Post employees for decades, but for new hires, Ralcor wanted to replace them with a much riskier 401k investment.
A pension is a guarantee. It's a guaranteed paycheck that you know you're going to get. With a 401k, I hope there's enough money there to last me the rest of my life, and with the downturn in the economy, you never know what's going to happen. So one year you're doing well, you're thriving well in your golden years, and next thing you know, you're wiped out completely.
The company, at one time during negotiations, they said, well, we think we can win. We think we can break the union. We think we can impose this. And we explained to them, said, what we're saying is this is important enough, we're going to fight.
So the more senior workers had a decision to make. Would they take the new contract, a contract that secured their own pensions but eliminated it for new employees, or would they reject the contract and stand up for new workers?
Our membership stood up and rejected that first proposal. We had a strong majority of the membership stand behind us and say no, they weren't going to accept that either, from the members with 40 years down to the members with 2 years.
We gained, we didn't give nothing up.
The people coming in don't have a lot of years, so they're gonna have to work a while. And so we need to keep that pension so they can have something.
Restores your faith in people. It makes you have a lot of faith in people because the membership really pulled together and did the right thing.
But the members at Post were not alone in their fight. RWDSU members throughout the U.S. and Canada stood strong and fought off corporate attempts to dismantle their contracts. In Canton, Massachusetts, 185 members of Local 513, employed at Pepsi, stopped the company's attempts to strip their contract of many of its benefits, and in the end, won a huge wage increase. Members of Local 835 at Perfection Bakeries in Fort Wayne, Indiana, won increases in wage and pension benefits while protecting their health care. At Freshmark in Salem, Ohio, 702 RWDSU members fought for and won wage increases and complete protection of their health care benefits. Local 338 members working as pharmacists at A&P struggled for 19 months, but in the end, won a huge contract victory. But members with contracts weren't the only workers fighting for fairness. In large shops and small, non-unionized workers from across North America, exhausted by the relentless abuse from management, looked for help. In North Liberty, Iowa, the workers at Kohl's Quality Foods were fed up with the working conditions at their plant and decided it was time to bring in the RWDSU.
You can get fired anytime, with a reason or without a reason.
They made promises to me in the beginning that they would give me a promotion. They promised it to me. I went home, told the family, all excited, go back to work, and it's somebody else has my job.
They had a lot of issues going on, from safety, poor wages, the working conditions that they were under, they felt really needed a union.
I had hoped for quite a while that a union would come into the plant. And then I was approached one day.
Someone approached me at work and asked me to come to the meeting about it, and I was all for it.
We had a lot of them in my garage, and I have a ping pong table in my garage. We'd meet around the ping pong table, so yeah, we'd refer to it as going to my house to play ping pong.
Ping pong, yeah, yep. Are you gonna play ping pong? Yeah, because Jim had like a table of ping pong, and well, are you gonna play ping pong today? Oh yeah, sure, I'm going to play ping pong.
We did the code word just so that we could protect everybody, because we felt that once the company knew who was in it, they'd be targeting those people to get rid of them. They did fire one person in particular who was the initial organizer, because they thought if they got rid of her, it would stop the organizing and people wouldn't stick together. But we proved them wrong.
In New York City, workers in the Bronx were facing a struggle of their own. Mayor Mike Bloomberg and his powerful developer friends set their eyes on the low-income neighborhood of Kingsbridge. Kingsbridge is home to the Armory, an enormous castle-like building formerly used to house the National Guard. It now sits vacant, and the powerful developer Related Companies proposed a plan to develop the Armory into a mall.
The developer, one of the wealthiest, most powerful developers in this area, decided that all the permanent jobs were going to be part-time minimum wage jobs.
They refused to guarantee that the wages would be at least at $10 an hour plus benefits, or $11.50 without benefits. So we really didn't have any faith that these jobs were going to pay decent wages that would allow people to make ends meet in the Bronx and improve